Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of the Anytime Beer Packaging series. Today we are doing after work drinks. If you want to go check out part 1, lunch break, then click wherever the link is, probably over here, and let's get started on part 2. So how I'm setting up this illustration is going to be very similar to the way that I did the first one. We have the secondary information on the right side and then a full illustration taking up the rest of the can. On the left, we're going to have a window, so we're going to be playing with perspective this time. Let's jump into Illustrator and see how we get started with that. Okay, so here, this spiral that I've got going on, I literally just built it from a very basic cross, and then I've just fanned it out so that I can see what our perspective lines are. If you're looking for a more in-depth look at perspective, I might check out a couple different resources. I might link them below. But for our purposes, this works perfectly well. Okay, so there's our bar. I also have some little bits and pieces that I took from the other design, and the really great thing about this is once you've made them, you don't have to make them again. And we also want to make sure that our designs are looking consistent, and this is a really great, easy way to do that. Okay, so now we're going to do the bottles. Alright, since this side is going to be covered up with the little panel that we've got here, probably anyways, I'm not going to worry about that as much. And the middle is going to be covered up with our text that we got going on here. I'm going to place most of the emphasis on the sides rather than the front, so we're just going to test that out and check out where we have some bald spots. Okay, now we're going to edit this guy for the side and this guy right here. Okay, so this is going to be a grapefruit sour, pink grapefruit sour. And then this is a little bit longer than the other one. We'll see how it goes. And I don't want to keep it blue. I think I'm gonna go with the pink instead. Yeah. But I think that we're just going to make the background of the barcode yellow. Okay, so a little lesson about barcodes. The first thing is that barcode scanner can actually pick up barcodes that have a background that are on the red spectrum. So the red spectrum is any color from red to yellow. And the second thing is that you still have to maintain high contrast. So the barcode itself has to be a dark color. There's a lot of other technical details about barcodes, so I'm going to link some of those resources down below in case you're interested in reading more about them. But for our purposes, we're just going to be messing with the color. Yeah. And then we'll do the same for the government warning. Yeah, I think that blends in a little bit more. You might still be able to use pink, but we're just gonna err on the safe side. I don't use layers in Illustrator very often, but I think for this it will come in handy because you can just toggle your layer on and off, lock it in place so you can't mess it up, but just toggle it on and off so you can see what's happening. I kind of like these small little bottles like on the sides peeking out, so I'll keep those. Yeah, kind of like the way that looks. And then we're gonna get our beers on the counter. At this point, we have to do the bar stools still, the window, something in that corner once again. And I'm thinking that since this is a pink grapefruit sour, our beers on the counter should be pink to match. So that is what I'm going to do first. So for the bottom, I want it to be one of those chairs where it's like kind of a dome on the bottom. Not a dome, but like sloped on the bottom. So to create that shape, you just flip a square on its side and then you bring in one of those corners. And that, of course, is way too round. That feels much better. And there's a lot of empty space right now above. So to kind of fill that in, I think what I'm gonna do is create some lamps that are gonna hang down. So lamps are just lines and half circles. And sometimes if I've got like a lot going on, like in this illustration, I'll just edit whatever I'm working on in isolation mode so I can still see what it looks like in the composition. So it just adds that extra little something to draw your attention. We have our secondary information in white, which kind of makes them stand out a little bit. Yeah, so I think that this is gonna wrap it up for this one. I might go back and add a couple little details and fine tune some things, but I think that about wraps it up. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for part 2. If you want to know when part 3 is coming out, please hit subscribe. And if you want to connect on social media, please follow me on Instagram. My handle is alisonkoehler.design. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next one.